Hello everyone, how are you? I hope you have enjoyed the session of marathon class on Sunday and today is Monday and also day 9 I have to post the video of unit 6, that is English in India, its history, evolution and future. So in this video I am going to discuss everything about how English originated in India, its history, evolution and futures. I will make this unit in two parts. In the first part I will discuss everything, the overview, how English started, what was the span, who brought English in India, and in the second part we will see the major writers and practice MCQs. Okay, so with that we will start this video, but before that I would request you that if you are new to the channel, do subscribe and also press the bell icon so that you can get all the latest informations about post and updates. So with this, let's start that how English originated. So, origination of English in India, that the journey of English in India spans over 2 centuries now and reflects a dynamic interplay of politics, culture, and globalization. English in India introduced during British rules or British colonials in the 18th century. English was initially the language of administration, elite education, and law. It simply means that before the British Empire, British colonial rules in India, there was nothing of English. Britishers were the people who brought English in India because obviously they it was because they wanted to use the Indians for their own motive, to fulfill their own motive. That is why they wanted to educate English to only few selected people of India so that they can use them. So this is how English originated, brought by British colonial rules. Let me tell you, remember this, that before British rules there was no history background of English in India. History of English, if you have studied, if you know, you should know that how English originated in Britain. With the emergence of Anglo-Saxon people, this language was brought. Actually, this was the dialect initially and later it became a language. Okay, so with the implementation of minutes in Macaulay's Minutes in 1835, English education gained prominence, shaping a class of English educated Indians who would later play key roles in the independence movement and post-colonial governance. That means English, if they people try to recognize that what is this language and what is the importance of this language and why this is prevailing and why this is getting the popularity. This was happened after Macaulay's Minutes in 1835, because it started playing the key role. People started giving the importance to the language. The historical background of English, if we see, English had no presence in India before the arrival of the British. Indigenous languages dominated education and administration, but that means before the emergence of English by the British in India, the language, the education and administration was solely dependent on the indigenous language. The language that were prevailing, that means local language, you can say. The colonial period, the colonial period 1600 onwards, East India Company brought English for trade and governance. That means, as I told you, that they brought English in India, but that was all because of their own purpose. They wanted to use them for own purpose. That is why they brought English for the trade and governance. 1813 Charter Act, first legal recognition for promoting education in India, including European sciences and literature. That means 1813 Charter Act 1813 became the first legal recognition who promoted education in India. 1835 Macaulay's Minute emphasized English as the medium of instructions. That means not only Hindi or any other local language, but the English should also be the medium of instruction in India. This was said in Macaulay's Minute. This Macaulay's Minute argued for creating a class of English educated Indians. The English educated Indians, that was the selected peoples that British wanted to use for their own purpose, and shift from Orientalist to Anglicist approach. Next, 1854's Wood's Dispatch, known as the Magna Carta of English education in India, promoted English education through a structured hierarchy, primary to university. That means after Macaulay's Minute and 1854 Wood Dispatch, who also known as Magna Carta of English education in India, promoted English education through a structured hierarchy, that was primary to university. Now 1882 Hunter Commission focuses on primary education, suggested use of vernaculars but retained English at higher levels. That means this commissions wanted to promote English, but a few of them wanted to teach only the elite class, and few of them only wanted to make the instructions of language of the instructions. So this was the point at that time. Now, evolution of English in India. During colonial rule, English became the language of administration, judiciary, and higher education. Rise of an English educated middle class. Middle class only, not the lower or poor people, have access to learn the English at that point. Emergence of Indian writing in English, that is Raja Rao, Mulkraj Anand, and R.K. Narayan, and many other writers, but these are the prominent. We will later. So this was the during colonial rule. These were the prominent writers who promoted this language. Post independence, debates on national language, that is Hindi versus English. There was a debate started that what would be the language, national language, whether should be it's Hindi or English. Next, constitutional status. English retained as an associate official language was in Article 343. Three language formula introduced in education. Sahitya Academy and other institutions began recognizing Indian English as a valid literary expressions. English became a pan-Indian language. That means you have seen, now you understand that how English from the beginning till now, how it gained the popularity, and also the Indian people also accepting the language as the link language, as the medium of instructions, as the Sahitya Academy or as other mediums. So this was the post independence debate also started. Now contemporary scenario was that English is a language of aspiration, employment, and global access. It coexists with vernaculars but dominates in higher education, technology, corporate sectors, and media and communications. You can see that there was debate started that how English now used in India. This should be limited to only to the higher education, to technology, corporate sectors, media and communications, or this you can spread this in the whole nation. You can make it access for all, that everybody can learn this language. Emergence of Indian English as a variety with unique features in phonology, syntax, vocabulary. Growth of English medium schools, coaching centers, and digital platforms. Now you have understood that how English is getting popularity, getting popular day by day, and how it also spreading throughout the mediums of instructions, whether it's a school, coaching centers, digital platforms, corporate sectors, media and communications, everything. English is getting popularity in that era. Now What was the future of English in India? Sociolinguistic role. English will likely continue to serve as a bridge language across diverse linguistic groups. The people who study about the language, who served as a bridge language across diverse socio-linguistic rules. Socio-linguistic, the people who study about a language. The social language, that language, what should be the medium of language that people should speak, the people, and by what structure they should follow to, what should be the structure of the language, how it should be syntactically correct. So this was the started. Also, economic role. Fluency in English is tied to upward mobility and global job opportunities. Educational role. National education policy NEP 2020 encourages multilingualism but also retains the importance of English in higher education. The Indian people now have understood that without English, that English as now has become the global language, and also in many countries, more than 100 countries, this language is getting popularized as the medium of instructions, whether it's official or unofficial. Many government have accepted this language as their native language also. So you can see that how English became popular in India too. Now, after getting popularity in India, what was the key issues and debates about this language? Linguistic imperialism versus empowerment. Is English suppressing native language or enabling socio-economic mobility? This was the debate. Access versus elitism. That means you are going to give access to all the people, or you can just limited this language to the elite. English is often associated with elite privilege, creating an urban rural divide. You are simply creating the discrimination between the people of urban and rural, that means elite class, middle class and lower class, that this language should only be taught to the teach to the elite class people but not to the poor people. So this was the debate and issues. Also, English in the digital is increasing use in online education and AI driven platforms. Next, I have brought the chronology of the writers that played major roles to the contribution in establishing English in India. The writers I have brought are mixed, not only the Indian writers but the international Britishers, many writers who played the significant role establishing English in India. So, in colonial period, that was from 18th to early 20th century, the writers who established and worked for English was William Jones. Discourse on the Hindu 1786, founded the Asiatic Society of Bengal, very important, please make a note. Linking British Orientalism to Indian knowledge systems. Charles Grant. Observation on the states of society among the Asiatic subjects of Great Britain, that was in 1792, who advocated for English education to civilize India. Next, Thomas Babington Macaulay, Minute on Indian Education, that was 1835, always appear in UGC NET exam about this topic. Macaulay's Minute argued for English medium instruction influencing colonial education policy. Raja Ram Mohan Roy, letters advocating for English education early 19th century, supported modern education and scientific knowledge through English. So these were the writers. Also, Henry Derozio, who one of the poet, considered one of the first Indian poets in English, inspired the Young Bengal movement. Next, Bankim Chandra Chatterjee, Raj Mohan's wife, 1864, first Indian novel in English. These are the writers who played significant role in establishing English in India. Michael Madhusudan Dutt, Captive Lady, the work is, and the early experiments with epic poetry in English. The writers also started writing their work in English, whether it's a short story, poet, poem or novel, drama, anything. Now, Indian writing in English early to mid 17th century. Ro- Romesh Chandra Dutt, The Lake of Palms, 1902, History of Civilization in Ancient India, a civil servant and translator of Indian epic into English. Rabindranath Tagore, Gitanjali in English version, 1912, Nobel laureate, 1913, bridged East-West literary aesthetics. Sri Aurobindo, Savitri, published posthumously, epic poem in English, philosophical and spiritual. Sarojini Naidu, The Golden Threshold, known for lyricism and Indian imagery in English poetry. Next, very important, Mulk Raj Anand, Untouchable, social realist novel critiquing caste oppression. You remember the date also that before we got freedom in 1947 now. You can see the date is mentioned before the freedom we get. So you can remember this. Remember this way. Next we have R.K. Narayan, Swami and Friends, also 1935, that is Mulk Raj Anand's Untouchable and Swami and Friends in the same year. Creator of Malgudi focused on middle class Indian life. Raja Rao, Kanthapura, 1938. After 3 years, Kanthapura came. Gandhian novel blending Indian oral tradition with English prose. Now, post independence and theoretical approaches, that was 1950s to 1990s, that means after independence. R.K. Srinivasa Iyengar, Indian Writing in English, Pioneering Survey of Indian English Literature. A.K. Ramanujan, The Interior Landscapes. A.K. Ramanujan has played major role. Translator and poet bridging Tamil and English traditions. Gauri Vishwanathan, Masks of Conquest, studied how English literature became a tool of colonialization. You can see how the Indian writers have played the significant role with their work. Meenakshi Mukherjee, Realism and Reality, 1985, The Twice Born Fiction, focused on Indian novels in English. Alok Rai, Hindi Nationalism, explores the political and cultural tensions between Hindi and English. Braj B. Kachru, The Alchemy of English, 1986, coined Indian English and three-circle model of world Englishes. Very important this is. Now contemporary scholars and writers, 2000s and present time, that is current year 2025 till G.N. Devi, after amnesia, 1992, founder of People's Linguistic Survey of India, focused on marginal languages and multilingualism. Next, Penny Crook, Alastair, The Cultural Politics of English as an International Language, 1994, analyzed global spread of English, including post-colonial contexts like India. Next, Avdesh Kumar Singh works on English language teaching and Indian English literature. After that, the important writers of 19th century pioneers and nationalist thinkers: Raja Ram Mohan Roy, Toru Dutt, Sri Aurobindo. Pre and post independence era, Mulk Raj Anand, R.K. Narayan, Nizam Ezekiel, Dr. S. Radhakrishnan, Nirad C. Chaudhary, G.V. Desani, Manohar Malgaonkar, Kamla Das, Girish Karnad, Vijay Tendulkar, Anis Jung, post 1980s global Indian English writers: Salman Rushdie, Amitav Ghosh, Anita Desai, Arundhati Roy, and Vikram Seth. These were the writers, the later writers you have just seen. These are the prominent writers, and if you are about to appear for the UGC NET exam, you will definitely face the questions from all these writers. The later writers I have mentioned in the later PDF, you will definitely see Rohinton Mistry, Ruskin Bond, Arun Kolatkar, Jayant Mahapatra, Kushwant Singh, these are the prominent writers and very important for the UGC NET. Amrita Pritam, B.S. Napol. Also, these are the few writers. Also, now these are the few writers that also played significant role in the contribution of English in India, establishing English in India. These the writers that I have mentioned later: Arundhati Roy, Amitav Ghosh, Salman Rushdie, Anish Jung, Vijay Tendulkar, Girish Karnar, Kamla Das, Manohar Malgaonkar, Mulk Raj Anand, Anita Desai, Raja Rao. These are very, very, very important. You must not miss any single work, year, significance of their work, purpose, everything about these writers. I will make the separate video about these writers only. This was the overview of everything that I have mentioned in this video. So I hope you have liked this session. You have now known that how English started in India and what was the significance, who were the prominent writers and who were the. So this is all for today. I hope you like the session. If you have not liked this, do let me know in your by your comment in the comment section. And also, till then I will bring you the second unit, second part of this unit the next day. Till then, do prepare well for your dream, because ultimately if you work hard, it will definitely eventually pays off. So wish you all the best for your preparation. If you have any queries or suggestions, do let me know. And if you are new to the channel, if you have not subscribed yet, please subscribe and also press the bell icon for all the latest infos and post notifications. Thank you so much for watching and thank you so much for your support. Till then, take care and bye bye.